Hello, my name's Andy and welcome to the garage. Well, here we have my next restoration, a Corgi Toys Smith's Carrier shop in the livery of a home services van. Now, as a kid, I do remember vans like this, similar to this, coming round the street selling veg, etc. You get your pop delivered as well on the back of a truck. So vague memories of something like this. As you can see, play worn, chipped, decal slightly going. So going to be a nice one to do this. So let's get it off the turntable and take a look at it, shall we? Well, here is our Corgi Toys Smith's Carrier shop, made in Great Britain. Quite tidy underneath, just the one rivet, but chipped and damaged on the top. Stickers have seen better days, but a nice one to do. Nice little commercial, not done one like this. So first thing to do is get that one rivet out, shall we? As you can see, it's already got a hole there for a drill. So I'll get a drill and we can get started. Now what I've got here is a 5.5mm drill. So I think we'll get it on its roof and get it flat. Quite a way to go still. Right, we'll flat down one side. This side's slightly high, so I think we'll just get a little grinding tool on that because we don't want to make this hole bigger than we have to. Right, here we are with our grinding tool, and we just want to take this edge off here. I think we saw there that a bit of a circle metal came up, so let's see if that was enough. And indeed it was. So we lift up and pull forwards. Nice clean base really. And as you can see there, there are two locating pins and a large rivet in there. Not sure if this metal bit, there's a metal bit holding the glass in. That ain't going to come out, so we've got to drill that out. I think we'll start off with that 5.5 drill we've already got. As you can see, it's made a good start on it. That's quite proud. I think what we'll try is a 6.5mm drill, and if not, we'll have to get a grinding wheel on it. So we go with a 6.5. And up it comes. And that's got some really quite tidy printed on. It's printed, they're not decals. So that's really nice. That'll just need a clean. Should be able to get the glass out now, I'm expecting. Don't know if we'll have to drill a bit more for the glass. Taking a look. Hope not. Anyway, let's I think we might have to squeeze it in a bit. Squeeze and push. So, Yeah, it's quite stiff that. I think a bit more drilling to get that out. Right, so let's just got the edges off it. And I just pushed it down. I think you heard it go. There it is. And that glass does look really quite nice. Body's off. We need to tidy around that jagged edge there. We need to flatten that post and drill it out. But a nice simple one. What we need to do is get the puller, see if we can get it to fit these wheels. That could be the next job. Well, I did manage to get these axles off, and what I did, I just I didn't film it, sorry, put it in a vise and I just tapped down with one of the spindles off the pulling tool and tapped it out, and on the thinner end I did manage to get the tool on, and then I was able to put that in the caustic soda, so that's nice. Now looking at this, it's come out quite good. Bit of a casting line there perhaps, front, not too bad, not too bad at all. I'll do some research on that. As you can see, I've already given it a light polish just with a hand brush. What I need to do is get one of those abrasive wheels on there and get round and give it a better polish, but that's looking quite tidy. And the glass, although looking a bit scrappy as you see it now, that's going to come up really, really nice. So I'll get one of those abrasive wheels. Right, here we go. I hope I've got the right brush on, because this one should take off this little bit of decal sticker, etc. So just go on 2.5 to begin with. I can see I might have to work at that. I might have to get a bit of do just happen to have a bit of rough sandpaper here, and that's just taking it out. Look, it's a bit stiffer stuck on than normally those decals or stickers. Just get the edge of this on it. Let's get in it. What I'll do is I'll keep going with the rest of that, and we'll have a look when it's all polished up and nice. Catch you then. Okay, polishing's more or less done. As you can see, used a combination of brushes in the end. One of those up and that little pad, which is about 500 grit. Just use that to get the last of the decal off. Used, I think that was a red one rather than a green one. So come along nicely, and what we discovered is there's blemish there. You can see that. You can see that on the camera. The rest of it looks really quite nice. There's no pitting as such, which is nice. All the edges feel good. That's nice. Perhaps a bit of pitting down there, but that's really not going to bother the undercoat. That'll clear up that, the primer. So all I've got to do is investigate this line here. Look, 'cause it goes from the bumper up and all the way up. And whenever I see a line that covers every part of the casting, I know it's going to be a bit dodgy, so to speak. So I'll just do a bit of research on that. And what I'll probably do is take it off with one of these small files, probably a round one, not 100% sure yet, but we'll get to that in a second. So all I'm thinking is it needs to come off here and there. It does exist there, but I think that is a bit too proud, so I'm just going to take it down a notch. And I'll get a flat file on there, and I'll just take it off there. Take it off there altogether. It doesn't show on the bumper. Just take the edge off it there. Don't think it should be that pronounced. It does come all the way up there, that's fine. I'm just toning it down a bit. Don't think it should be as prominent. It's bigger than the door hinges, to be quite honest, almost. So and that looks a lot better to me. Now about this shiny uplifty bit, you can see there, I'm just going to put this high grade paper on that, just see if I can't take it out. And see where it was just there. It's gone now, that should be okay. And as I said, the rest of it looks really good. So what I do now is I just go over it again, have a look at it, and then I will grind out that so we'll level on this post, and see what screw I need to cover that hole. So that's the next job. Okay, we've got a grinding wheel on our multi-tool. We'll just take that down. Right, we're getting there. That was quite proud. Now if I can, I do like to use a file, but only if I've got access, and I'm not going to file the rest of the casting. Because if you can get a good file on it, it's actually quicker than the grinding wheel. We're getting there. I'll put the grinding wheel back on, I think, and I'll get back to you when it's done. Okay, we've finished off. Now our base is sitting quite nice on there, flush where it needs to be. So we'll just put a punch in the centre of that. And again. And the next job is to find a screw that's going to be okay on there. Just going to countersink that hole just a little bit. And that's as much as it'll need, because I don't think I've filmed it, but I've found two screws, M2s, 6R of 4, and that, put that in there. That will now sit, put the 6 in so I can grab it the other side. That'll sit perfectly flat, look, just because I've done that little bit of countersinking. So here we are, we've got the tap-in set for a 2mm, so I drill a 1.5mm hole for a 2mm tap. So and I keep them all separate. I found out I was losing them, getting them mixed up, etc. So that's the next job, get that drill in. So here we go with that 1.5mm hole. Right, I think we may have a deep enough hole there now, so just take my tap, a bit of Vaseline on, and just start to tap it in. A couple of turns, then back half turn, what I do. I know other people do it different. That's what I try to do anyway. Sure how far we've got in there. Looking a bit dirty. We'll just give it a wipe. Right, what we'll do now is try one of our screws in there. See how that goes. A little screwdriver. As you can see, that's biding quite nicely. Just try it with the base now. Now, one thing that happens to me now and again, I don't always film it, you can see that does look off centre. I managed to pull it back. It's total disaster. Fill it, super glue, bicarbonate soda or liquid metal, and I'm sure you could re-tap if you had to. And this is why I like to do the hole with the base on. You can see that that's how we're going to look. Okay, we're back with our glass and we've got some soapy water here, and we're just going to give it a clean with a toothbrush. To be honest, it's not in bad condition. Look at that there at the end, and we'll just try and do half. Anyway, you can see it's coming off in this corner. Right, just get a wipe on that. See, we have with a wipe. Just give it a wipe down. Move that to the back. And come up really nice. More to do, obviously. And get the nail file or the paper on that. There's a crack there. Is it all the way through? Yeah, it's all the way through, unfortunately. Didn't spot that before. Never mind, it is what it is. I'll just get the nail file out and we'll start to do a bit. And I think we can start on number 3, to be quite honest. That's number 3. We can move on to number 4 next. Now we can go around with number 6 again, I think. Then we can get some auto sol on that. We'll just go around with number 6 again for now. What we'll do now is we'll just get some auto sol on that. Oops. Well, that gushed out, didn't it? Wasn't expecting that. So it's going to get a very, very liberal. It's going to get really good going over with that auto sol. What you can do, just get a cotton bud. Wipe. Right, that's enough of that. You can see where we're going. I'm off to get that a lot cleaner. I need it to look like this at the front here, which is shiny, compared to the dull on this side, but it's going well. Okay, we've got our glass now. It's all quite polished up, as you can see. We're just going to dunk it in some floor polish. Now, we might need a spare pair of tweezers on this one. And take a look at that, see how that looks. Hope you saw that. I was stood over it, but you can see it's looking really nice. And what we're going to do next is just give our wheels a polish, and I've got them on a pin, look. I'll get on with that. I might finish them off with one of those polishing wheels. Okay, we've got one of those little polishing wheels. Now, don't use these on the glass because you can really burn it quite quickly and damage it. But on metal, you can't. It's just got to get really hot in your fingers straight away. You get a bit of blackness, but that just wipes off straight away to leave a really good polish. Put that back in there. The next one out. Probably a bit too much there. Take that off. That's all you need really, a graze of it, not a lot. And there you go, you see that's a really high polish now. That is hot. So I will get on with that, do all four of them, get another wheel out, and they'll be ready to go back on later. Well, we're out of primer, and what I like to do, got a bit of 3000. I just go over it, take the rough edges off. While I'm doing that, looking for any casting lines I may have missed, etc. Try not to take the primer off, obviously, don't want to do that. This works for me. I know other people do it different. Some use 800. And I'll dry that off. That was just water by itself. What I'll do, I'll spray this next with some isopropyl alcohol. Give it a final clean. And then it's ready to paint. Right, so I've got some isopropyl. Just give it a squirt. Give it a wipe. Make sure you've got that everywhere. It's not expensive. I tend to buy it by the 5 litres now. I started off just buying it 1 litre at a time. And that will evaporate quickly. The next time we see this, we'll be going into paint, and it's going to be painted ivory silk. So just let that evaporate. Okay, we're ready to go with the paint, and we're using this ivory silk first. Now I have heated the model up a bit because it's a bit nippy. Okay, we're on with the base next, and we're going to use this colour it light grey. There we are, all done. Well, our mobile shop is out of paint. Now, both base and body had PMA white primer. Base was colour it light grey. It's come out pretty nice. And colour it ivory silk, which I thought was quite fitting for this area of model. I do like this colour. It's not the original colour. I think that would have been a bit more old English white. But there we go. Now there's not a lot to this model. We've got the glass in first, then we've got the shop guy that way, and of course we've got the wheels to put on. So I'll just move the camera around and we'll get the wheels on first. As you can see, got a little mini vise, some cardboard over the sides, just got the one that wasn't fixed on the axle in place. Now I'm just going to tighten it up. You should see it squeeze those axles in. Now that's a bit wider, so gotta might be enough. Try and get them closer to the edge. There we go. See it moving now, especially when I speed it up. That'll be fine. Now the axles are different, and it's the wider axle at the back. So that's gone on okay. Okay, we're just going to tip our tyres out. They've been in some silicone. Just got to make sure we know which ones they are. There's a few others in there. They look like a set of 4. So that will be them. Put those back in there for now. Just dry them off. We can have a closer look. I will off camera to check that they are indeed 4 the same. Pretty sure they are. Well, one of those tyres was slightly different, so that can go in there. And I've found another one, this one here at the end, that's okay. So the next thing is to get those on. It's a warm day in the garage, so we shouldn't really have any issue at all putting tyres on. It's actually 24 degrees. Still remember those winter days when it was down to 3 or less. She's going to be a good roller. Right, I'll just clean my hands of any silicone I've got, and then we'll get to the other part of the assembly. Right, so we're going to glue the glass in. Now, there's the 2 skylights that go through there. That's where the main locator pin is. You can see that there. Now, I did try test fitting this and it's very tight, so I stopped test fitting it. Thought we're only have to get one go at this. So let's get some glue around. And I like using this because it doesn't run, unlike super glue. So that goes through the post, front post. Let's see if I can get that at a better angle for you. And it's in. It's as simple as that. There we are. Now we have got a cracked glass that side, which is obvious to see at the moment. I think for you. Let's just see. And get it. get it in the right light. It's obvious to me anyway. Anyway, that doesn't matter. So we've got that glass in. Put that down. I should have got a soft cloth to put down there actually. I'll just get a bit of clean paper. There we go. Now we can put our guy with the scales. There'll be salter scales. See the inside of the shop going back. Sugar puffs on the shelf there. It's a highly stocked van. He's got his new laid eggs there. Now, I'm not sure how much you're going to see of that through the van. But, let's just see if we can test fit that. Now, it's going to go in one. So we're going to put a bit of glue on that. That's going with that wooden shelf towards the tail. There are some locators, you can't see them. Try and show you them after I've got it fitted in. Right. Just here in the glass, there are some locators at the back of that. And obviously the post at the front. And you've got the main locating ring. Now let's have a look. Looking good to me. I don't want to do the whole view yet for yourselves till I've firmly satisfied this is in place. What I'm going to do is smear a bit more glue on there. I've got a bit of glue. It's got it into place. Okay, a couple of things have happened. I've had to tighten up these wheels onto the axles because they were test fitting. They did touch the outside. I've shaved off a bit of paint on this tab, both front and rear, just with a file. Just can't really shave any paint off there easily. That goes into there, drops on there. Wheels now go round. Got a screw that we can colour later if required. There we go, it's just biding. You can see it's an exceptionally flush fit. And there is our van ready for detailing. Right, okay, I think this is the way I'm going. Black on there, lights obviously silver, the badge, the cap, black bumpers. I think I will do these as little chrome steps either side probably. I can't see it on the real model. Now on the rear, I think just black bumpers all along. Got some indicators, some extra lights because obviously we've got hazard. I think that's about it, and of course I've got some decals that I've not brought out for you yet. So that's the next step. Right, here we go. Put a bit of masking tape over. It's so warm, I think my pen, sorry about that, it's so warm I think my pen was drying up there. Well, here we go with the back. Now mask the back off. It's easy to mask off, it's all straight lines. So let's get the black bumpers on, shall we? just on with the front bumper now. Now I'm doing this freehand. That's not looking too bad. Quite nice underneath. Nice line to it. We've just got to do the top now. But my pen was drying up towards the end there. Well, I'm about to finish that off camera because it's hitting me back. I'm behind a magnifying glass. I'm trying to do it without my specs on, whatever. I'm off to be quicker and a bit better off camera, I think. So I'll just stop the camera there. Okay, we're finished with the black detailing. Now it's not gone bad. Touching up with the paint there. Just can't see it from that angle, but just a little touch there out of place. Okay at the back. Now I think I'd have been better, to be honest, with the black paint in this case. I'm sure I would have been. But anyway, I've now got the silver there, and wherever it is, petrol tank. I'll just do the top of that, I think. Looking at pictures on Google, you can do almost anything you want with this, customizing wise. They all look quite different, really. Okay, we've got some Humbrol. We have some Humbrol Met 191 now to try and get a go on these other details. We've got a Brio brush. Right, we're nearly there. We've got some brake lights and lights to do at the back. So we'll get those done and see how we go after that. Okay, we've got a bit of gloss red just to do these lights. That's about all you can do, really. Just blob it on. Do the indicators the same. Oh, looking good. Quite pleased. Just the decals to go, and she looks really nice, I think. Well, we're at the final stages now. As you can see, we've got some decals and a couple of number plates with a spare. Now, interestingly, when Martin sent me this, he sent me some decals he'd obviously bought. So I copied those and thought, just the job. But as you can see, way too big. And perhaps the wrong colour as well. More a pink than a red. I wanted a red. Anyway, thank you anyway, Martin, for thinking of me sending the decals with this one. So without further ado, let's start getting the first decal on. Right, we're on with the shop decals. This is going to be an interesting one to try and do. It's quite long and thin. Just go for it. There we go. Now we need to get that in guideline there. What I'm going to do is put the first letter under that window. Because hopefully, yeah, I've got the same window. I've got a window the other side. Let's hope it's symmetrical. It's not looking too bad. Now, I'm not sure if I recorded it, but I've already put the first one on. So I've also blacked out the number plate, ready to put a number plate on. So we'll just let that one settle for a while. while we're waiting for that next one, what I did do was go around the edges with a red permanent marker so they wouldn't show white. And these decals did have 3 coats of lacquer on them before I cut them out. There's an original sort of set, so I've got plenty of spares as always. If anybody wants a set, I've printed 4, so there's a few going spare. Just drop me a line. The email address is in the about page for the channel. This is what we started with: Corgi Toys, Smith's Karrier shop, play worn, decal seen better days, hubs lost their shine, but the glass looked good. So let's see how we got on with it, shall we? Because here it is now. Here is our finish Corgi number 407 Bantam Karrier mobile shop, made by Corgi between 1957 and 63. Now I looked it up and it said it was pale green, but it looked white to me in the original colour. But I think this ivory silk is a good colour for a vehicle that age, so that's what I went with. Homemade decals, you saw those. Easy ones to do, didn't need the inside ones doing, that was printed on that metal insert. Polished the wheels up, quite a bit of extra detailing in the end, just to lift it really. It's quite a plain model. I might go back and use the tab that inserts the base. I might just put a bit of ivory silk on that afterwards. Now I've noticed it sticking out a bit. Now Karrier were a Huddersfield based company in business from 1908 to 1979. They had several owners: Roots Company from 1934 to 17, Chrysler UK from 1970 to 79, and then just disappeared really. Just another one of those small automotive companies that were absorbed. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. It does mean a lot. Get a lot of motivation from people's comments, etc., and seeing the channel grow. And I look forward to seeing you next week for another restoration. I leave you with the Bantam Mobile Shop by Karrier and Corgi. Thank you.